Right, postgraduate is one of a number of programs that we offer. It's the oldest project management in construction area masters in the UK. We were the first to do it. It was the first to become a distance learning format, and now we're doing it through partnerships as well. That's the engineering ones, and then go on to urban studies, real estate, and so on. Okay, so we know about B&B UC, and that hopefully is all the courses that we currently offer. Okay, we are looking to expand that within built environment. We're looking at adding in facilities management, construction, and architectural engineering, and we're able to extend it because we have, let's say, a mutual trust between the two institutions. You know, over the years we have worked well together. That's BS, MSc. So if you look at that line there, MSc is 8 top courses plus, you call it thesis, we call it dissertation. Now that dissertation, in terms of yeah, it's looking for cheating and all of us. Collusion, plagiarism. But that's not the real reason why we do it. We want you, as mature students, to be able to analyse and interpret information. When you carry out a piece of coursework, it's not simply gathering information and stitching it together. It's what you do with that information that's important. Now, what it does do is generate a report which you would see, you get a chance, you can put it in as a draft, and it generates a report saying, well, that's come from here, that's come from there. And you can actually see by that report what you've done with that information, or what you've not done, which is more likely. In other words, you're simply cut and pasted. You know, and we do get that. So it's actually it's a learning tool as well as a hanging tool. Okay. Guidance on assessment requirements is given in vision. That's worthwhile me stopping at that point to say, not only is it guidance on assessment requirements, but what you would see on vision as well as the learning notes is any other material our course leaders in Edinburgh put onto vision, because that's what we use to deliver information to our campus students. So you would be seeing exactly the same material. You would see any PowerPoint presentations they use. You would see any examination guidance they would be giving as well. So there is an advantage, and it's something we do like to encourage students. Don't just go to vision, print off a set of notes and forget about it. Look at it regularly. And we've enhanced the facilities on vision so that we will now have the tutors who have access to it will actually be able to set up within the vision module little folders which are specific to individual partners. So depending on how sophisticated in terms of IT the tutor is, how much they use of that, but that will be available as well. For the dissertation or the thesis, local supervision is supervision rather is from here, but it's marked in Edinburgh, and we approve the dissertation topic. It's worth 60 credits. The 8 courses themselves are each worth 15 credits. Now that equates to 150 hours of effort, not 150 hours of class contact time. So what is self-study? All our courses are designed this way, self-study, both undergraduate and postgraduate, all based around the 15 credit model. They can be multiple, some of them are double modules, and the dissertation is worth 60 credits. That's 4 times, so that's 600 hours of effort. So it's quite a task. It's about 15,000 words. Okay? Dissertation is locally supervised, it can be work-based, research-led, library assisted. We give comprehensive guidance as to content and format. Right, BSc, we'll skip that. Right, postgraduate model. Then you want to get to. Okay, so if you achieve an average of grade A across the top modules of the dissertation, that means typically 70% better. you're going to get a MSc with distinction. If it's grade B or C, so that's there 69 down to 50 on average, it's an MSc pass. Average D is a diploma pass, although you can get a diploma with distinction, but that's not normal. Now you need to have, although we're talking about averages here, for an MSc no grade below than D, and for a postgraduate diploma no lower than, well, I said double D, sorry, that should be an E. My first typo of the night, I haven't used that before. Now, the second typo, that should be R. Now we hold graduation ceremonies around the world. Obviously, Edinburgh, we have two ceremonies, one in June and one in November. So that it doesn't matter where you are studying, you can come to Edinburgh to graduate if you so wish. Or you can attend one of our ceremonies located in Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Moscow. What's in it? Now, this coming February will be the first time we've held a formal graduation ceremony in Canada. We've had little ceremonies before. But this will be the first formal one. And we're doing it because numbers are growing to make it worthwhile. So you could go there. But what we're looking to see is, as numbers grow in Jamaica, it becomes practical to have a ceremony here. Okay. But there's no guarantee on that. Okay. You can, let's say, graduate in Edinburgh in person if you wish. Now, because I said there are two graduate ceremonies in Edinburgh, that means depending on the timing of when you complete, you actually might be eligible to graduate in November, say June. Don't want to go to Edinburgh, but still want to graduate. You can graduate in absentia. And then the next available ceremony that you can attend, say it would be, if we have one here in February time, you would be invited to take part. You've already graduated, but you'd be invited to take part in the ceremony. You'd what's called cross the stage. So you get the opportunity for your family here and so on. Yes, come back here. Okay, if Peter doesn't mind, what I have as well, I hope, on that USB stick is actually the formal structures of the course. And I'll just very quickly show you what are the topics that will be covered. Okay? My apologies, it's not on the memory stick. I thought was for whatever reason. Right, so, having said that, what happens is we have developed a series, a schedule of module delivery, which we think is the efficient way to get through the program. Now, Peter was saying that yes, you can almost like dipping in and out, and that's perfectly true. But for someone whose aim is to obtain the qualification to get a master's degree, we recommend, if it's possible, you actually don't do that, because study is a matter of a discipline. I appreciate the work and family pressures. To be quite honest, I don't think, particularly at my age, I would like to go through it again. But nevertheless, it's a discipline. And therefore, if you are able to set sufficient time aside to go through the program at the rate we say is practical, then you can complete the taught element of course, which is 3 modules 2, or you would do that in a 12-month period, and then you have your dissertation. Now that's not a fixed period, because depending on how fast you actually do work. So that would maybe another 6 months. So you could complete in 18 months, maybe perhaps 2 years. It is possible on the roads to take much longer than that, but I would seriously recommend that you do at a rate that gets you to the end in a relatively efficient time scale. Efficient because it's to do with your study pattern. If you're coming in and out, it's actually going to become quite disruptive.